Are you a new player? Have you made it past the tutorial and don't know what to do? You are in the right place. In this guide, I'll give you tips I wish I knew when I was a new player. I'll explain the core game systems, most important menus that you have to be familiar with, builds, and much more. Let's jump right in. First tip, set the in-game difficulty to Legend, because your mama didn't raise no bitch. Playing the game in Legend is the proper way of playing the game. Otherwise, the gameplay will just be too easy. You can always set the game to a lower difficulty, but you can't set the difficulty back to Legend once you have changed it or have already started the game. The tutorial has ended and you've reached the open world, but now you don't know what to do. Your first priority should be exploration, since that will unlock the map, core skills, and mechanics of the game as you level up. But first, let's talk about the second tip. Getting familiar with the menus. This game has menus within menus within menus. That's why I also call it where menus meet. There are three particular menus that you will be using all the time: Season Shop, Develop, and Watering Path. The Season Shop is a weekly shop that gets restocked every Sunday at server reset time, which is 5 PM on UTC-5. This will have a bunch of your character progression required items in it. More on this later. The Develop menu is where you will upgrade your gear, talents, inner ways, equipment slots, and arsenal. Again, more of this later. Watering Path is the menu where you will find the 5 and 10 main raids, the PvP modes, no-hit challenges, path trials, and other core gameplay. Now, going back to the exploration topic, as you gather collectibles, open chests, and level up, you will get talent points. As soon as you get 2, you will unlock Wind Sense. This is like a detective mode, and it's very handy to find clues and gatherable objects around you. This will also be required to complete certain main story quests. Let's talk about exploration priority. On top of the list is going to be getting to every Wayfarer to get that section of the map unlocked. These are marked by the bonfire icon in the map. As you do this, you want to go to the landmark teleports and unlock every single one of them as soon as possible, starting with the ones closer to the Wayfarers. This will facilitate a lot of the backtracking that you will be required to do while collecting stuff and doing missions. This will also give you plenty exploration points, which is required to unlock flying. As a bonus gift to you all, I present to you the Where Winds Meet interactive map. The link will be in the description below. Now I will guide you through the setup process. Click on the link and select your preferred language. Then hit the Got It button. Go to the Login tab and then go to the game. Open the menu and copy your character ID. Go back to your browser and paste your character ID. Then hit Continue. Copy the verification code and go back to the game. Hit your profile picture and go to the signature. Paste the code. Go back to the browser once again and hit Verify and Link. Hit the Sync button on the top left and then go to the game. You will get a notification. Hit T on your keyboard. You will be asked for permission to let the web page access your exploration data. Hit Allow. Go back to the web page and now you will see every collectible in the map. Hit the Hide Completed checkbox in the left side and now the map will hide the collectibles that you have already gathered. This is amazing! So you can get every chest, every oddity, and other collectibles in a very easy and fast way. This map will update in real time, so grab a second monitor or your phone and have a blast. This is completely safe and compliant with the terms of service. Going back to the exploration priority, let's talk about oddities. These are collectibles marked by a butterfly icon in your minimap as you walk closer to their location. These are very important as they will unlock passive skills, increase your stats, mystic skills slots, and other core mechanics of the game. Every region has their own set of oddities, and there are 5 kinds of oddities in Qinghai. The insect hidden in debris. You can destroy the debris and then grab the insect before it jumps away. The purple flowers. Before grabbing these, you need to shoot down all the purple butterflies attached to it. You can use wind sense if you don't see them. The mantis. As you get closer, it will fly away. You have to follow it and grab it before it continues to do so. The hive. You will need to hit these with a fire arrow before grabbing it. The red mushroom. You will have to touch the red insects that will be somewhere directly on top of the mushroom. Always look up. You should make it a habit to go to the Melodies of Peace NPC and turn in the oddities you have collected. Pro tip: always activate the center lane first, and then, when you reach the final node, return to pick up the branching lanes. The main lane has the most important passes, and you want to get those first. That brings us to World Map shortcuts. When you open the map, if you have something to turn in or haven't done your path trial for the week, you will have shortcuts on the left side of the screen. When you hit them, it will take you to that menu or show you where to go in the map to turn in that resource. For example, turn in the cat bell in the cat temple or the oddities at the Melodies of Peace NPC. The next priority will be completing the campaign, Jianghu Legacy, Outpost, and World Boss section of your journal. All of these will give you materials to upgrade the amount of healing given by your potions. You can access all of these in the menu Journal and then go into their respective submenus. The Jianghu Legacies are secondary quests that will often reward you with a core mechanic of the game, a mystic skill, or by unlocking an inner way. The campaign are secondary story missions that will end in a boss fight. The World Boss section is self-explanatory. You can track their location directly from this submenu. The combat outpost consists in eliminating every enemy in the area. They are marked as a rect structure and will grant you Ebon Iron, which is the item needed to level up your mystic skills. Which brings us to a next tip. But before that, be sure to go to the Evercare Clinic and submit your medical tales to upgrade your potions. Mystic skills. These are the game's equivalent to spells. You will unlock a total of 8 mystic skill slots as you progress with your oddities. I recommend to unlock all of them and use the one you like the most, but early game you don't have a lot of options. To raise the mystic skill level, you will need 2 items. The first one is Ebon Iron, which you can get from Outpost or Join Battles, events, and the Season Shop. You can supplement the lower level Ebon Iron using higher level ones. As you can see in your screen, I'm using 5 level 4 Ebon Irons and supplementing them with 15 level 5 Ebon Irons. You want to do that because the higher level outposts give a greater amount of Ebon Iron. It's recommended to do the joint battles to farm these, as is a 5-player content and you will finish them a lot quicker than if you were doing the outposts by yourself. The other material you'll need is Mystic Skill Breakthrough Material. These are a rare drop from gatherable flowers in the map. If you open the map and hit the leaf icon on the top right, you can then hit the check mark to track the specific flower you need. You can only be tracking 5 objectives at the same time, and the flowers won't respawn until the next server reset time. As an alternative, you can join someone else's world and steal their flowers, or go to a multiplayer map and wrestle with other players to get them there, as online resources respawn every 5 minutes. Before grabbing any flowers, be sure to buff yourself with chicken noodles. You can grab these in the Forsaken Quarters area of Kaifan, by the yellow pin. Interact with the food vendor and buy some chicken noodles. If it is locked, you will have to buy some of his signature dish first. After that, you can go back to the map and, as you are tracking the flowers, you can hit the Use Boost button and select the chicken noodles. This will increase your chances of getting the breakthrough material. You can also get the Mystic Skill breakthrough boxes at the Season Shop, under the Combat Development tab. There will be more in the Gathering Path menu, Taiping Mausoleum, under the Legacy Exchange tab. Finally, in the Battle Pass menu, under the Shop tab. Buy every single one of these every week. Let's talk about the best early game Mystic skills. Guardia Palm. You can unlock it by completing the Yanhu Legacy number 7. If you perform this skill mid-air, it will change its animation and increase its damage. Leaping Toad is unlocked by going to this location at General Shrine and interacting with this NPC. You will have to beat the skill death minigame by timing your inputs with the yellow circles. This skill can be casted up to 3 consecutive times. Lion's Roar. You can unlock it by interacting with the 4 bells located across the Qinghai map. The first bell is located in the General Shrine by the white pin. The second bell is very close from the last one, at the green pin. The third bell is just below the Buddha's Fort, at the yellow pin. The last bell is located next to the Gleaming Abyss, at the red pin. This is the skill in action. Drunken Poet. Unlocking this skill depends on how advanced you are with the main story quest. The relevant NPC will be in one of 2 locations. By the Haverfall Village TP close to the General Merchant, or next to the source of Stillwater's TP. Once you find him, interact with him and buy 5 perfumed wines. Open your inventory and drink them. You will pass out drunk and get the Drunken Poet. This is a demonstration of the skill in action. Now, let's talk about Fire Oil. Every time you go by a lit torch, you can gather it so that your whole team can get Fire Oil. This will set your weapon ablaze and do extra damage. You will want to farm this regularly as you go through quite a lot of them doing raids. The next advice is to not waste your Echo Jade. You will get this resource naturally by playing the game, completing quests, doing events, gathering collectibles, and so on. The game showers you with them, but you will need 5,000 Echo Jades to unlock the best general inner way in the game, Morale Chant. As soon as you get the required amount of Echo Jades, go to the Blissful Retreat TP and interact with the NPC on your right. Buy all the Morale Chant pages that he has for sale. This will unlock the inner way. Now, you will get an extra percentage damage every time you heal or deal damage. After you get the Morale Chant, your Echo Jades should be spent on the many vendors that will sell you inner way nodes for Echo Jade or gold. You can find these vendors next to the Harbor Link Crossing TP at Kaifan. This one is the most important of the node since it has the greatest amount of nodes. Next to the Sundry's Market TP. This one has a couple of inner ways boxes and lingering melodies. The last one is on Liangsu, next to the Skyring Market TP. This one has inner ways for the snow parting blade build. Go into the Develop menu and Path Guide submenu. You will find the Path Recommendation tab. Here is a list of all the builds recommended by the game. If you have something locked, you can click it to track where to unlock it or to receive a clue on how to do it. A quick and easy way of unlocking a weapon you might want is to join a set. Join Well of Heaven to unlock the Thunder Cry and Snow Parting Blades. Join Civil Needle for the Panacea and Inkwell's fans. Raging Tides for the Heaven Quaker, Stonebreaker, and Phalanx Bane Spears. Midnight Blades for the Infernal Twin Blades. 9 Mortal Ways for the Mortal and the Unfettered Rope Darts, and Beveled Shade for the Vernal or Everspring Umbrellas. The remaining sets or their weapons are not available just yet. You can get a hint on how to join a set by hitting the Entry Clue button. If you go into the Develop menu and then the Year tab, you will find this screen. There will be a green arrow in the slots where you have a better year piece. But be very careful here. You want your weapons and trinkets to have the same icon, and your 4 armor pieces to match their icon as well. Because if you use 4 pieces of the same set, you will get a set bonus. You can hit the double arrow button to change a piece of equipment from one set to another. Per season, you can do it 8 times for free. After that, you will be charged Echo Jades. When you complete an energy-based content, before reclaiming the rewards, you can select if you want to reclaim normal, double, or triple loot. You will spend the equivalent amount of energy to do so. This is a very good method of spending your energy very quickly. Take note that only 5 Enhancement raids and specific campaign bosses can drop Greaves. These bosses are Chant for the Eagle Rise, Form Bend, and Calm Waters Greaves, God of Avarice for the Moonflare, Real Snow, and Beyond the Chill Greaves, and the Veiled Lady for Jade Embrace, Obsidian Armor, and Exalted Righteousness Greaves. Now let's talk about gear tuning. This is a system in which you add stats to your gear, and it's essential for the overall growth of your character. You can access the system in one of 2 ways. From the Develop menu in the Gear tab, then selecting a piece of equipment and clicking on the Tune button on the lower right. The other way of doing it is by opening your back menu, selecting the double sword icon, and then clicking on the gear piece you want to tune. Then on the Tune submenu. You can filter by gear piece by clicking on your equipped gear. For example, if you want to tune a helmet, you can click on your equipped helmet to filter out equipment other than helmets on your inventory. In order to tune your equipment, you will need tuning stones of the same level of the equipment you want to tune. You can get these from the Season Shop by spending a resource called Gear Echo. You'll get 2 of these by every 20 energy spent. The other way of obtaining tuning stones and Gear Echo is by selecting a piece of equipment that you don't like and clicking on Recycle. You can batch recycle by hitting the Recycle button on the lower part of the gear window in your bag. Here, you can select multiple gear to be recycled at once, or you can set auto-recycle parameters so that gear is recycled automatically if it falls within the parameters you have set. You can filter by gear level, quality, gear part, initial attribute quality, and by attribute itself. You can either include those parameters or exclude them. After you set the parameters however you like, hit the confirmation button. On a side note, in this screen, you also have the auto repair button. You want to activate this and select the check mark at the end so that your gear repairs automatically once it runs out of durability, even if you don't have the required materials to do so, using gold coins instead. Going back to the tuning materials, another material you will want is Melodic Stones, mainly Legendary and Supreme. From now on, I'll call them shells. You can get these by dismantling the equipment with the diamond icon. The shell that you'll get will be of the same color of the diamond icon, and you'll randomly get gear with the diamond icon when obtaining equipment. Also, you'll get one random shell for every 20 energy spent. You can also craft yellow shells from purple shells in a 1:3 ratio by going into your bag, hitting the craft button, and selecting what shell you want to craft. Now that you have the materials you need, go back to the tune menu. You'll see there are 5 empty nodes in this piece of gear. These are attribute lines. To reach an attribute line, you'll need EXP, and this is acquired by consuming tuning stones. You can just click on the Add All button to automatically use the amount needed to reach the next attribute line. If you hit Tune, you will randomly get an attribute. But if you add a shell on top of it, you'll guarantee that the attribute is epic if using purple shells, legendary if using yellow, or legendary with max stats if using a prismatic shell. As you can see, there's a bar under the attribute stat that will show you how close to the max it is. Let's practice how all of this works. I started by clicking on the Add All button, then added a yellow shell. I got a stat with a thumbs up. That means this attribute line is useful for my build. I then selected the Add All button and the yellow shell and got another good stat for my build. Did it once again for a third line. The fourth attribute line stat turned out to be useless, but there's a way to fix it. More of that in a bit. The fifth line is called Attuning. It will always give a stat related to the path you choose, and it uses a different resource called Attune Stone. You can get this in the season shop or by completing Sword Trials and Hero Realms. The attribute line just under this one is the PvP Attunement. This one uses a different resource that you can get in the social menu, Shop tab. You can freely choose what attunement you have activated by hitting this button. Now, let's talk about retuning. If your equipment have an attribute that you don't like, you can change it using a retuning stone. You can get this in the Battle Pass shop once a week. And you can also get some at the Jade Gate Pass merchant. The stock on this merchant is limited, so don't waste this resource. The retuning process follows the general rules as a normal tuning, with a key difference. The stat you'll get will always be recommended. I like using the prismatic shells here to get a maxed out recommended stat. When you retune an attribute line, it will have the turn prefix, and you won't be able to retune any other attribute other than this one, but only after the 6-day cooldown is over. Now let's talk about gear enhancing. The enhancing system in this game is a little convoluted. You can enhance your martial arts, and then there's a separate system to upgrade the slot your equipped gear goes into. Let's start with the martial arts. Open the develop menu, then click the abilities tab, select the martial arts window. Click on the martial arts you want to enhance, and then click on the upgrade button. Hit upgrade until you can't no more. You won't be able to upgrade a martial arts past your current level. If you don't have the required material to continue upgrading, you can click on it to track the mobs that drop that material. Also, in this menu, you'll be able to see if you have an open chest in your inventory that contains the upgrade material. Pro tip: if you want to farm the material, the best way is to find an outpost that has that mob, and kill every one of them but the last one. Then quickly fly away and drop down to the outpost again. If you do that, you can infinitely farm these materials with no cooldown involved. There's also a refund system for the materials and the gold spent on a weapon. You can do it for free, but only one time per weapon per season. After that, you will be charged Echo Jade. The other upgrade system is the Enhance menu. This one is located in the Develop menu in the Gear tab, just below your equipped gear. If you click on it, you will see this interface. Here, you'll be able to upgrade the gear slots, but only if you currently have equipped gear of the appropriate level to the enhancing you are trying to do. The priority is simple. First, enhance your weapons, then your trinkets. After that, enhance your chest piece and your greaves. Finally, the helmet and gloves. If you don't have any of the materials needed for enhancing, you can click on it to open the shop or to track the NPC that sells it. Let's talk about the Gear Arsenal. This is another menu hidden in the Develop menu under the Gear tab. It works as a storage for your old gear and gives you physical bonus and HP if filled. When a new breakthrough is added, a new gear arsenal tier is added as well. For starters, you want to use the Add All button to automatically add the highest mastery gear in your inventory that is not currently equipped. Otherwise, you can manually select them slot by slot. Make sure of reaching the total mastery required and that the word peak is next to the arsenal tier level, since that means you are getting the maximum bonus possible. Don't be too quick on leaving this menu yet, since there's another hidden menu in here, the Arsenal Path. Click on the Switch Path button on the lower left and make sure you are selecting the appropriate arsenal based on your martial art path. As you can see, changing it from the general path into the Bell Strike path gave me extra mastery. The next thing to talk about is the Improvement Guide menu. You can reach this one from the Develop menu on either the Abilities or Gear tabs. We will focus on the Bound for the World tab, and be sure to select the Improvement Guide tab. In here, there will be a 5-section circular graph with colors going from red to yellow to green. This will let you know how your character growth is doing. You can click on each section to have a detailed view on things that you can upgrade. You'll know you are in the right track when everything is green, the ultimate goal being having everything maxed out. In the Journey into the Yanhook tab, you will have missions for each section of the graph. This is supposed to introduce you to the various upgrade systems of the game, but it's so hidden that no one can find it. Now it's time to talk about Path Challenges. This menu is located in the Develop menu at the Path Guide sub-menu. Be sure to click on the Path Challenge tab. There are a lot of challenges here that you have to complete while having both weapons from a martial art path equipped. You can get gold inner way nodes from that path, Echo Jade, and time-limited titles. Also, every 10 achievement you complete will reward you with 20 inner ways boxes. There are time-limited challenges in here marked with the red season challenge title. If you complete all of those for all martial art paths, you will get a cool time-limited title Master of Jianghu, a limited accessory and a profile badge which number will rise in every season that you complete these challenges. While we are talking about challenges, let me introduce you to the Taiping Mausoleum. You can reach this mode by opening the Wandering Path menu and hitting Taiping Mausoleum. Then click on the Path Trial tab. In here, you will have more path-specific challenges. The rewards are also very good. You'll get tuning, retuning, and attunement materials, Echo Jade, Inner Way boxes, Legendary Year boxes every season. There's also first-time rewards for every path. You'll get a total of 19 path-specific gold Inner Way nodes and 10 purple ones. You can complete these only once per character, so once you complete your favorite path, switch to another. There is also the Legacy Exchange tab, where you can spend the resource that you will get while doing these challenges. Here, you can get Inner Way boxes, Missed Skill Breakthrough boxes, Attunement Stones, and cosmetics. In the Develop menu, at the Abilities tab, you will have the Inner Way window. If you click on it, you will see the list of all the Inner Ways in the game. Every build will use a combination of Moral Chant, a weapon-specific gold Inner Way, in my case, Sword Horizon, since I'm using the strategic sword, a weapon-specific purple Inner Way, in my case, Wolf Chases Art, because it's the one for the Heavy Quarter Spear, and finally, either one path-specific purple Inner Way or a general Inner Way. You can identify if an Inner Way is path-specific or general by the icon in the lower part of the Inner Way window. You can get 1 Inner Way box per 20 energy spent. You can also get it from events, the Season Shop, and the Taiping Mausoleum's Legacy Exchange. Now, let's talk about how to level up your Inner Ways. In the Inner Way window, click the Tip Exchange tab. The chest with the golden background is what we are interested in. You can get a maximum of 600 of these a week, and you want to open as many as you can since this is your biggest bottleneck preventing you from catching up to veteran players. How this system works is you have to hit the Obtain Book Place button and you will see a list of all the Inner Way nodes you currently have. What you want to do is to click on the ones that you want to keep and hit the lock icon in the window that just opened. You want to lock the 4 Inner Ways used by your build. After that is done, hit the Auto Add button on top of the screen and recycle all the nodes. This gives you the resource needed to open the golden chest. Be sure to select the path relevant to your build. This will give you more Inner Ways. Now, you will have to repeat the process all over until you run out of Inner Ways of boxes to open for the week. Basically, you are recycling the Inner Ways that you don't need to get the ones useful to you. The required number of Inner Ways to reach tier 6 is 400. Next is the Inner Ways conversion system. This is a reroll system. You can choose an Inner Way to reroll into another one. You can do it 8 times for free per season. After that, you will be charged Echo Jade. When you reroll an Inner Way, both the original and the new Inner Way will enter a 3-day cooldown before you can reroll them again. Let's talk about efficient ways of getting Jade Fish. First is the guild delivery mission. For this one, you have to join a guild. Go to a guild menu and hit Return to Base. When you load in, walk straight down the path and interact with the NPC. he will have 3 quests that reset every Sunday at 7 reset time. What you have to do is click on the materials the NPC is requesting and hit the submit button. You can also hit the spacebar in your keyboard. After you have marked all the materials, click on the chest to reclaim your reward. Talk to him again to do the second quest. If he is requesting an item that you don't have, click on it and select the How to Obtain button. You will be able to remotely buy the items that you are missing. Pro tip: you can take advantage of this by getting other items that you need from the Remote Access NPC store. Doing the guild delivery will give you a good amount of Jade Fish with little effort. Won't take you more than a minute. The next one is the Blessing Voyage. This is an event launched by players, so availability may vary. You can access the Voyage, if it's currently running, by clicking on the time-limited icon next to your minimap. Once you make it to the boat, there will be a bar that will slowly be filled as you spend time in it. If you interact with the boat's minigame, it will fill faster. When the bar is full, you can leave the boat, and once the event ends, you will receive by mail 3,800 Jade Fish. You can get these rewards 4 times per week. It takes roughly about 15 minutes AFK for the bar to fill. A nifty trick is to stack the rewards and not claiming them until the next Sunday reset time. That way, you can get a huge amount of Jade Fish instantly for that week. Bounty Hunting. You can access this mode by going into the Wandering Path menu, then you want to check 2 menus, Vendetta and Bounty Hunting. Sometimes you will be able to hunt a player, but we will focus on maps. Take a screenshot of this route and look what bounties you have available. The red circles in the map are for vendettas, while the blues are for bounties. What you want to do is to start by a Tier 4 bandit, if you have it, and kill your way up doing both bounties and vendettas. These mobs are very squishy, and each will give you in between 500 to 750 Jade Fish. Let's see a live demonstration on how this works. I went into the bounty hunting menu and checked that I have the Ruffian available. Then went into the Vendetta tab and saw that I also have the Tiger 4 Bandit available. They are next to each other, so I will first accept the Tiger 4 Bandit. A tracker will appear on the map. Just teleport to the closest TP available. Once there, the fight will begin, and it will end just as fast. After that, I activated the Ruffian bounty as well, and went to his location. I quickly disposed of him. This is how the bounty and vendetta hunting works. Finally, we're going to talk about the Midnight Lodger. To get to this mode, open the map and go to the multiplayer tab. Next to the Blissful Retreat TP, there will be a blue tavern icon. Select it and TP into it. As soon as you load in, enter the tavern, turn left, and talk to the bartender on top of the stairs. Select that you like to get the room, and choose the single room. The minigame will start. The objective is to find out if the NPCs that will be knocking on the door are good guys or bad guys. The amount of Jade Fish that you can get will depend on how well you perform on this minigame. If you let a bad guy in, you will only get 500 Jade Fish. A successful round will give you 2,500 to 4,000 Jade Fish. Once you get the hang of it, it shouldn't take you longer than 2 to 3 minutes to complete. I have a video on how to always win at the Midnight Lawyer, and it will be in the description below. What to buy every week. Go to the Battle Pass menu, then the Shop tab. You will need to level up Battle Passes to get this resource. Here, you want to get the Retuning and Attunement Stones, Custom Martial Arts Breakthrough Chest, Mystic Skill Breakthrough Boxes, and if you like to PvP, you can get the Protection and Bonus Talisman. Otherwise, ignore it. If you are running low on potions, you can get the Medicine Support Bots. In the Season Shop menu, in the Combat Development tab, you want to get the Relaying Stones, Oscillating Jade, Inner Way Chest, Mystic Skill Breakthrough Boxes, Life Support Box, and Martial Arts Custom Tips. In the Gear tab, you want to get the gear chest appropriate to your current level. In the Legendary Exchange tab, you want to get the 3 legendary chests of your level and then Melodic or Attunement Stones depending on your needs. In the Profession Development tab, you want to grab everything but the roaming signpost. The career notebooks are needed to increase the number of potions you can carry, and the gift boxes are for upgrading your Scholar and Healer Mastery. In the Season Catch-up store, you will buy things as you need them to upgrade your gear. The Gear Catch-up chest can be used to fill up your arsenal. At the Appearance tab, don't forget to grab the free Lingering Melody every week after you've gotten the 20k Jade Fish for that week. Don't forget to go to the Shop menu, Feature tab, and the Item sub-menu to get the 2 free Lingering Melody per week. You have reached the end of this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more Where Winds Meet guides.